Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized I don't have my chair cover on. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. Last time we spent 2 freaking hours in this bookstore doing a side quest. We're done with that now, so we're going to leave the bookstore and continue on. While I was in the bookstore, it said that thought that I had been mulling over about advanced race theories or whatever was done. So now if I go back to that guy who wouldn't let me through, I should be able to talk to him and resolve that, right? So maybe that's what we'll start with tonight and then see where the game takes us after that, okay? Let me put this cover on. Keep forgetting to do this. Keep slipping my mind. Wait a minute, I got it upside down. No? Okay. Cool. All right. Much better. You're right. Thank you, Dunsfelter. He says, don't you flip your cam for this game? I have been doing that. Let's do it again. It seems to be working. And let me get this on the other side now. That way, essentially, I don't block the text, right? Here we go. Put it like up here. Okay. That should work. All right. Let's hoof it out of here. I should investigate the body more for sure. Someone had recommended I do that. It also been recommended that I go back and I try that advanced skill check again. That leap, if you remember, there was like a jump to do. And we didn't do it because it said that my stats were low, but apparently now my stats would be better. The ad reads, broke a window, Tibbs has windows. If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you could collect these bottles and sell them. Ah, we found bottles to collect and sell at that store. But we don't have a bag. We have to find a bag to put bottles in. Okay. A lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifferent to your approach. There's no map in this game, right? Or is there? There's no... I don't think there's a map, is there? Oh, I have a skill point? I have a skill point, and I decided not to put it in anything yet because I didn't know what to put it into yet. That's right. Swish Treats with a $10 super chat, our first of the night, says, chill vibes. Thank you, Swish Treats. Yes, hopefully we have some chill vibes tonight. We'll see where the game takes us again. There is a map? How do I open it? I haven't played this. I haven't been playing it consistently. I don't remember how to play it. Thank you for the $10 super chat. We're at 35 bucks of support now and climbing tonight. Thank you all. Bookworm, how you doing? 34 months to member is a heck of a day. Yeah, great day I had earlier today covering the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. An insanely long podcast, went really well. Then after that, some Atomfall, an incredible amount of positivity and support on that first stream. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. What's this?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Did there used to be graffiti or something and you're supposed to use... Yeah, see, conceptualization. My conceptualization is awful. That ain't gonna help. 7 cents? And a healing item. But it's the wrong kind. I mean, I might as well use it. My morale. I need to heal my health, not my morale. Oh, can you guys not see it? I'm blocking it. Hold on. My health is really low. Look at my health. Terrible. I need to get my health up. My morale now is full. What is this? We're finding all new stuff. What the hell's this now? A garden hose. It won't be of use until the snow melts.
It's been a week and now they show up?
Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. A balcony with a view to the yard and the hanging. Oh, interesting. This balcony would have a perfect view of what happened. What the hell's that? Okay, I have a healing item. Use it right now. And then what else did I get? Clothes. What is this? +1 reaction speed. It's an orange bum hat, but -1 to rhetoric. So if I need better reactions, I should equip this hat. But I probably shouldn't put it on yet. Closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. Can't get it opened, huh? Okay. There's the jacket that's stuck up there. So if we go around, we should be able to get to the jacket. Maybe I'll be able to get it now. What's this door? Oh, wait, what's this? The smoker up there could be a witness. Let's talk to him. Okay.
There must be another way into the building.
Oh, it's blocked. We gotta find another way. Swiss Treats, member for a month. Thank you, Swiss Treats, for the membership. Appreciate that. It's blocking my face. You know what I'll do? Just for tonight,
So much for a quiet smoke.
let's move this, like over here. And then I have to remember to move it back after. Okay. Go. So, is there a shortcut down here to get through? There's the body. To get through and,
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
maybe.
Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back.
Her? Could have fooled me. Anyway.
Pigs come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out.
Why would you say that? Are you sleeping right now? Are you sleeping right now?
Get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
Wow.
Trying to sneak up on me.
Well, so much for that. So I can't go around. Huh. No, can't go up here. So I guess you have to go all the way around, like from the other side of the building here? Capeside Apartments. Rue de Saint Gisane and Roundabout North. There's a girl up there. Did she spill this paint? Yeah, look, there's a bunch of red paint.
Up here, piggo.
Gee, thanks for calling me a piggo. What the fuck's your problem? Looks like there was more construction decades ago. Okay. Jogging reserved for residents of Rue de Saint Gisane. Your room in the whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop. This is worth more than you'll find or earn all in your life. Really, the boat?
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Oh, she seems pretty affluent now.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds out her hand over the railing. Joyce L, what does L stand for? RCM, what's that? A little foggy. What gave us away? Just shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Grip is tight and cold.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
Why would she want to do that?
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will. Gladly.
So she's here for the strike, and then the murder happened completely, but, you know, no one expected it. She's not here for the murder. Okay.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting.
She turns to
I
you
wish you a
unfazed.
swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Okay.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
You're on a boat. Tell me about Wild Pines. What can you tell me about the strike? What can you tell me about the lynching? All right, what about Wild Pines?
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
What do they do? Okay.
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things.
Okay.
And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
Jeez, how much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Incredibly rich.
$1 billion?
So, medium failure. I guess I don't know enough. Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments.
A wave hits the sloop, she grasps the mainstay for balance.
A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
Where does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas. 250 years,
All right, so they're
centuries
trading.
of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
Where does Wild Pines get all the billions? What does... Oh, I already did that. What does a huge system want with a place like this? Look around.
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners? Who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
8% of all cargo is quite the endeavor indeed.
There are no minor cogs in the system.
Oh.
Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
We got a new thought out of nowhere. We can do that right now, right? Because we don't have that other thought going on anymore. So we can we just unlock? Go to one skill point and unlock a new slot. Oh, really? Is that how it works? How do I... Here we go. The 15th Indo tribe. 5 hours, 55 minutes research time. So we're working on it right now. Okay. Because we can work on 3 at a time. Then you have to unlock more slots. Or have 3. So we're good now, right? We're thinking about this one? Okay, I think so. I think I did it right. If anyone knows if I did that right or wrong, please let me know in the chat. But I think I just figured it out. Okay. I have just received a $150 tip. 150 simoleons, 150 pesos, 150 yen. That would be really small. Rupees, emeralds, luscious coins clinking down. That's right. Pounds, euros, denare, whatever you want to call it. 150 bucks. Love that you are playing Disco Elysium. Thank you for the stream. Wow. Amazing. Thank you for the support of me playing variety of games. Let me tell you something, guys. Me playing a variety of games this year, instead of playing all AAA games and sticking with the AAA games and forcing myself to finish them, even though I don't really like them, instead playing a wide variety of indie-style games this year has been working wonderfully. Have you not noticed the variety I've been doing the first quarter of 2025 and the amount of people who are coming out of the woodwork and saying, thank you, we love your variety that you're putting out? This has been working beautifully. I wish I could have done this sooner, but again, it's because of the overwhelming levels of support that you guys have given me in the last 8 months that I've had the freedom to now do this. So thank you guys so very much. 150 bucks means we are now at $185 of support. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, it is official. We have hit a goal tonight. here on DSP Gaming. Thank you for filling the coffers, paying the taxes, supporting me and my effort to make positive and fun gaming content, chill social interactions, no harmful content that's bullying and negative stuff on the internet, but instead allowing me to be me and share my passion with the world. Thank you all for these levels of support. It is outstanding. We don't even know what the next reward is at 100 goals, but we're getting there so fast, we're gonna have to figure it out soon. So thank you all very, very much for everything. You are absolutely amazing. I think I need to change this fire and turn it into like waves crashing against rocks and big celebratory dancing or something. I don't know. This is wild and out of control, and I didn't expect this level of support. So thank you guys so very, very, very much. Absolutely amazing, guys. All right. That was perfect timing with the song, too. That was absolutely perfect timing. All right, so the 15th Indo tribe is what we are now researching, correct? Oh my God, do you see how many there are? Oh my God. Wampity Dompity Dom Center? I don't want to know, but I have a new thought equipped. Okay, very nice. Let's continue.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
So I'm assuming I have to maximize this thought, and then maybe I come back to her. Or can you tell me about the strike that's going on right now?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Okay. So, wait, what if I want to hear about trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Elements. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
How do I repeal it?
Why? By throwing off half a century of foreign domination under the Coalition. Unfortunately for you, the Coalition also leases you the right to police West Revachol. But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
So what's your role in the strike?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
Okay. She doesn't do much, she just relays messages.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Okay.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
The racist behemoth, that's the guy we've been talking with. You mean Jean-Luc, my race mentor? He's a great teacher, a man of virtue.
Oh, so you've met him. Has he beguiled you with his inane theories?
My colleague has his peculiarities. Let's not go into this particular one just yet.
Of course. To each their own.
So it sounds to me like maybe I do need to go back over there, deal with that guy, then maybe we could continue with her, I don't know. So, how are the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
So, over 2 months, this was going on already?
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
So what happened to Gaumont? What are their demands? The scabs at the gate, did you put them there? That's true. Maybe she's involved. Tell us about the union boss, Mr. Clare. I would talk to everyone. Who's Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Okay, then.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Okay. So what are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
I don't know what to think about that. Over-aggressive commie posturing. Seems like they have no idea about business. Let's say that.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
Most of them probably don't even know what that means.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
I mean, listen, I'm all for employee involvement, employees having a say and having power and not being used and abused. To have every single employee sign off on every single decision is going to be absolutely impossible. There's got to be some kind of a majority kind of a deal. That's kind of ridiculous.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
It's pretty funny, I have to admit, the workers can't be kings. The king is the king. The king is dead. Long live the workers. I'll just say that.
They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution.
Okay, so what are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again.
So what are they really angling for? If they know they're never going to get what they're demanding, then what really is the reason that they're doing it?
And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, call me mañana.
Call me tomorrow? His name is Call Me Tomorrow?
This checks out.
Okay. So the scabs at the gate, did she put them there? Because a company would do something like that.
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
Is she hinting at it that it's true? That she just can't tell us now? Huh.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
There you go. All right, tell me about the union boss, Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Their only response is, really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Wow. Is he that bad? He can't be that bad. Say nothing. Is he that bad?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
There are two of him?
Yes. Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
Huh.
It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
All right, so you're saying the union is completely corrupt. What about the union itself outside of the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say...
She hesitates, looking for a right expression.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Huh. Okay.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
Sylvania is asking, do you actually think this game incorporates real-life political themes neutrally? Or do you think the game has an angle they want to push? I think what it's doing is, it's taking a real life theme, like it's taking labor disputes, right? Power of the workers versus power of the corporation, the side of the workers and the corporation, and it puts it into a fantasy world. So you're not going to really have a right or wrong answer, right? Now, in real life, it's kind of the same. Is there ever really a true right or wrong answer? It probably depends on your perspective. Are you coming from the perspective of the company or the workers? In this case, maybe there is a definitive answer in the game. You just don't know yet. But it's interesting that they took an issue that could be a real serious issue in real life and juxtaposed it, I guess you could say, into this game and see how they're going to deal with it and pan it out. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I never played a game like this before.
And your opinion, Detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
So here, they're forcing you to make a choice. An effective advocate for the rights of local workmen. A giant leech sucking the life out of Rivachol. Basically a socialist mob. I prefer not to have an opinion, right? So basically, there's three ways to view it. They're doing the right thing by sticking up for workers' rights, and they're not corrupt. They're corrupt, or they're just misguided regardless if they're actually doing the right thing for the workers because it's socialism and socialism is bad. So it's three completely different choices, actually. Interesting. What's up, Mark? Good to see you here. How are you tonight? You were shocked. Oh, we were all shocked at Inzoi last night. It was very weird what happened. I still can't explain it. Apparently, this happened to many people playing Inzoi, and they don't know what's happening either. So, or you prefer not to have an opinion? See, I don't know if it matters. Here's the thing, though. We could just tell her whatever we want. And then we could use this to manipulate her later. So, basically, number one would be anti-her stance, so you don't want to answer that. Okay? I'm going to say, I think she thinks that they're a leech, so I'm going to say that.
Indeed. And a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
Okay. One more thing. You said something happened in the elections?
I'm glad you asked.
Experience.
There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Really?
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Huh. Eerie it happens, or some kind of extortion.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter.
Okay.
The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
All right. That's all we need to know about there. Now we can talk about the lynching. She's
can I
giving us an
help?
incredible amount of information.
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
Okay.
The information I'm to share
Oh.
with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Now, wait a minute. Secret task complete. Interview the Wild Pines rep. This was one of the missions we had? It says it was a secret task. I didn't know that this was something we were supposed to do. Okay.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
I remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode. My lost badge is related to that.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, the city, nothing.
Oh dear.
Uh-huh.
Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
What, So... it was a hidden task. I I guess it's removed. It was hidden. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Hidden tasks. Huh. Okay, anyway.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
So once we get the badge, then we can come back and talk to her. She won't do it now. Well, screw her.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
So let's, before we do it, which is already high, see that? What kind of arrangement would it be?
I mean, favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort.
So now we're 83%. Hopefully this works.
Easy.
Yes.
Just offer her a favor. Like I said, nice and dirty.
There's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials?
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
Let's see. Swiss Treat says, I wonder if the badge is actually in the missing jacket. That's a good point. If his jacket is up there hanging, maybe that's where he left his badge, and maybe we could go get it, because we figured out, after removing clothing items, that our stats went back up. Remember, we had clothing items on that were, like, nerfing certain stats? So maybe we'd be high enough stats to get that jacket now. Plus, didn't I just find a hat that might actually accentuate that particular stat, too? So maybe we could do that. But in the meantime, maybe we get out of it anyway. Let's see.
You're in. But expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Okay.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse me for a moment, madame. Let's talk to him.
This is not detective.
Okay. How would you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman.
I thought it was going so well.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
So what do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking, or we could just, find my badge? Let's see the first one.
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we're siding with the Union, or that we're on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Okay. I'll say, okay, we could also find the badge.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large, and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
Should we go
You
try
could
to get the
request a
jacket
new
and see
one
what
from the
happens?
station, but that would literally take months.
Okay. Let's go back to her. Let's save, because we can manual save, right? Or quick save. So maybe we should just see if we can just go get the badge and then come right back. So the badge is... We have to find a way to backtrack to it. We can go here. We can talk to this girl who spilled the paint. But the question is, how the hell do we get to the badge? It's up there, but we can't get to it from here. We have to go all the way around the block, I think. Is Kick down? No. Is it? What's going on with Kick, guys? Is Kick down? Kick is having problems. Yes, it is. Kick is having problems tonight. My stream is still going, for the record. But Kick is not loading. Wow, I can't even reload my dashboard. It's just loading endlessly. The chat is open on my laptop, so for those of you who can actually talk and chat on Kick, I can see you, and I can interact with you. But Kick is completely crapping out. I'm trying to reload my dashboard. It is taking ages. Ages to reload the dashboard. Everything's just endlessly loaded. Yeah, Kick is having tech issues tonight. So if you guys are having it, it's not just you. Kick looks like it's crap in the bed, which is bad because we didn't put the rubber sheets on. So, if you're on Kick, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully it'll start working again. What do you mean by typo in the sub banner? Let's see here. Marcula. It's Ami Marcula. Nope, it's spelled right. It's Ami Marcula is spelled correctly. I don't know what you mean. Anyway, okay. So let's see if we can get back to our jacket. And maybe the badge is in the jacket and now we can actually do it. But this is going to be a lot of backtracking, so bear with me when we try to figure this out. There it is. And then how did we get up there? This way? I think we went this way, and I think there was a stairwell up over here. No? Yes? Yes. There's the jacket. So how did we get up there? This way, right? Shoot. I'm stuck. How do I get over there? Can't. I can't seem to go up now. What the? What if I just select the jacket? Here we go. Maybe he'll do it himself. Oh, okay, it did it for me. It guided my path.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
So not yet. Savoir-faire, right? So let's take a look at my stats. I could put another level into savoir-faire. Okay, and then this gives me reaction speed. But I don't think that helps savoir-faire. So now what? Now if we try it.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
58%. More in my favor, but still it's almost right down the middle.
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Close your eyes, let your senses take in the world around you.
Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below.
Okay, continue the voyage through the salty air.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
Wow.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Well, we made it. RCM Patrol Cloak. Okay. So it gives you esprit de corps, taking back the streets, and shivers, know thy neighborhood. I should equip it then. How do I equip it? Yeah, it's actually better than just what we were wearing. However, there's no badge, right? There's no badge, it's just the coat. But wait, if that was there, doesn't it stand to reason maybe other stuff will be along the path here too, right? Oh, what's this? Look what we just found. The radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. Oh wait, I didn't realize that was the way out. Let's go back. What happened? I don't know. Every worker is every member of the board written to the top of the flyer. At the bottom, the union logo and demand democracy. Take, what's this? Book, la fumée, la fumée, la fumée, voilà fla. What the hell you're talking about? Leading intellectual organ of Martinet. Do I want to read it?
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical
Oh no, is it going to be
portrait
another
of the
side
late
quest?
King Friso. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Flip through the pages and see what catches your eye.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white.
Horrible. No pictures.
No advertisements, you notice. So who's funding this radical commentary? After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International development, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
It's gonna be a freaking side quest. Read the editor's
Comrade,
note.
as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression.
Okay.
But, like the structures of capitalist ideology,
Okay.
perhaps they've overestimated the market demand. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today.
Play it cool and everything's in
you
order.
flip back to the front of the magazine.
International
This section
developments.
includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border.
Great.
Face it, you flip back to the front of the magazine.
What is Kunst und
The table of
Kultur?
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture.
Okay.
As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective.
All right.
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A.
What is Tip
The
Top
actual
Tournée?
article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing.
Amnesiac Aaron, we are playing Schedule 1 during my birthday marathon this coming Sunday. We're actually saving it because people wanted some cool variety for the marathon, and I'm also going to be buzzed during the marathon. And people thought that me drinking when I play it might actually be quite funny. So this Sunday, don't miss it. It's going to be great because he just asked about it in chat. Okay.
If you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll.
Let's hear about Tip
You
Top.
think you're settling. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature.
No.
Where to even start? For one,
Who wrote
oddly
this?
enough, this article has two. There's
Okay,
no
great.
way those are real names.
They're not
Have
real
you ever
names.
met anyone named?
What's so bad
Under
about
capitalism,
sponsorships?
The article says, every pursuit has its price. Thus, the so-called tournée becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brands. And that precisely is what's problematic about it. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
I am in it just for the violence.
You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tournée is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment.
Kim,
under
this says Tip
capitalism.
Top Tournée is only for not for the
Come on.
races.
Can this article read your mind?
It seems to think
A
so.
certain kind of young man reads one or two books and suddenly thinks he understands the secret structures of reality. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor.
You flip back to the front of the magazine.
What do I mean by local concerns?
You skim the headlines. Paint the harbour red and white. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer.
Oh
G.
my
Martin,
God.
accusing the owner of the Capeside apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Wouldn't it be better for everyone if labor and capital could just reach a reasonable accommodation?
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or
Wow.
their
Can't work with
mucilaginous
anyone.
allies
No,
in
no
the
compromise
coalition.
available.
Judging from the context, it's something very... You flip
All
back
right, I
to
know.
the front of...
So that was ridiculous. I don't know if we have to use that for anything later because it's communist. Office file cabinet. Someone left the coffee machine on. Dark liquid in the pot looks sentient. Ugh. Anything in the bathroom? No. Oh. Oops, I got more medicine. Another healing item. Magnesium. Okay. The door. Locked. So that's it. We can't do anything else in here right now. So this definitely has to do with the communist... Oh. Le Jardin 21? Another one of these postcards that we've been finding. I don't know what they actually do. Huh. Alright, I guess that's it. There's really nothing else in here. Maybe later, but for now I think we did everything. I leave. There. Couldn't select it. Alright, so what else do we got? There's more stuff up here. Collecting rainwater. A little ways to go here. What's this junk? Look, a bunch of junk. Again, empty bottles. If I had a bag, I could collect them.
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Did I do this?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Ah, that's how he lost his jacket, too, because he was partying up here. I must have been on an advanced scouting mission in the harbor.
Yes, it's pretty advanced, all right. For now, let's just move on.
Okay. So now we have this.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself.
Failed
Sit
here.
down and have a breather.
Let's search the booth.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. Looks like the inhabitant is rather pedantic when it comes to order.
Take that picture.
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that?
Something about the man piques my interest. I'm a cop. It's instinctual to collect evidence. I think this can be a side thing.
Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Have a seat
The
and
chair
rest.
is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons.
Breathe deep.
Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not a single mote of dust floats inside your lungs, though. The inside of the booth is immaculate.
Breathe deep
Stale
again.
air floods through
Same
your
thing.
nostrils. Stale air floods through
Search
your
for something,
nostrils.
something.
The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts.
Read the side effects of
Once more-
painkillers.
Oh boy, where to start? Elevated? Maybe this was a bad idea.
Let's not take those
You
painkillers.
stand and exit.
I don't know what the point is of that. Why are you going to take drugs? So I can't go down there? I guess the stairs are broken? What about here? Wait. No, wait, I want to do this. A. What the hell? It won't let me do it. Like, all around you, great machines in quiescence? Okay. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. What? This game is so complex, it's getting hard to even keep track of like what we're doing and what quests we have to do. There's a lot going on. Made $1.38. See, faded industrial lettering on the platform, Kvalsund. Oh my god, can we go down here? Oh my god, this goes... Dude! This went in a loop, didn't it? Yeah, it did. It went in a loop. Shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. Great machines are sleeping. $1. The speaker tower is silent. There's no work to organize in the yard below. All right. The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. It smells like blood. Here's the picture. Oh. No way to open that? No. Good evening, Tate S. How you doing? Industrial-sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Someone here. The banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red. Who's this?
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
Hi.
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
Shadow passes over his face. What is it with you people in scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
Doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Let's see. So you're Ubi, right? What are you doing with the containers? Where is everyone? The harbor's empty. Let's say that.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
Okay.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
We know Jean-Luc.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
What kind of trouble did this Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
Okay.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling him to take some time off.
Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow.
What did they actually do?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Huh.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
Looks to you for assistance. The too rowdy? Leo, what kind of a fight did they get into? Did they kill a mercenary? Okay, Leo, let's hear about the fight you got into.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the handle like nobody's business. But Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head.
Jeez.
Noel never started another fight with anyone after this. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Everett. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here.
Okay. What's in the container over there? Point to the container that's suspended from the crane arm.
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Okay. I'm looking for the leader of the dockworker union.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood.
Keep in mind that we just heard from the woman that works for the corporation that, no, they're apparently scumbags and they're running a criminal syndicate. They've kept this under their own control for many, many years. So we're getting completely different sides to the story here.
Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made merchandise what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
I just want to know where I can find this man.
Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office, of course.
He points to the 2 joint containers on your right. Okay.
Bye-bye now.
Here. I can't go in here. Look. Why does he act like you could go in here and it's an office if I can't go in there? Oh, wait, I can. That was bizarre. All right, well, we're going to inspect, but before we do, we should save and split the part. Let's do a hard save, because we haven't done a hard save all night. I think this is actually part of the story. This seems like part of the main quest line. So thank you guys for watching, for enjoying. I hope you are, and I'll see you in the next part.